We have people who come in and they'll send the kids over and say, oh, go say hi to the princess. But now the little girls say, oh no, mommy, that's the queen. I very vividly remember coming here for my 8th grade graduation. That first visit, we sat in the red and yellow section, and our night one, of course. I had my autographed crown hanging in my bedroom for years after that. It was an awesome experience that first time. Medieval times is an experience that's modeled after the kingdoms of medieval Spain and what the entertainment of the time period would have been like. As an actor, you need a job that allows you a certain amount of flexibility, but you also want to make sure that it doesn't suck your soul, you know? I started as a wench in the gift shop. Very shortly after, I got transferred to bar, and I worked at the bar for several years. But during that time, I became aware of the fact that we had an opening for a princess. I have been here at Medieval Times for 7 years, and I have been in the show cast for 6.5 of those 7 years. As of January, I got an upgrade, so I am no longer a princess, I am the queen. We change the show every few years because even though we entertain millions of guests all the time, we want to make sure to keep something fresh and exciting for our returning guests. The changing of the guard, as it were, really came in response to a lot of audience feedback that we had, that they wanted to see women featured more prominently in the show. The princess previously was much more a supporting role, and in various iterations of the show, she had always been daughter of the king, wife of the prince. Now you've got a queen who's fully in charge and fully on her own, and she's not in relationship to anyone else. She's the ruler, and she's strong, and she's kind, and she has these really powerful moments where she has the opportunity to assert herself. As an actor, it doesn't get any better than that. I was coming out for procession, and I noticed right in the front row, there was a little girl. She couldn't have been, I don't even think she was a toddler. She was so tiny, she was standing on her parents' lap. And the look of unbridled joy I saw on her face when she saw the queen riding out on that horse, I thought to myself in that moment, this is what making an impact feels like. And it was really, really cool. The amount of families and young fans that we entertain here at the castle, I think having them see from a very young age that we have a woman who's fully in charge, and not only is she strong, but she's kind. I hope what we're building is a new generation of people for whom that is the norm. At a time when we're seeing these changes happen at a larger level, I think we're seeing these changes happen because we've reached a tipping point, and you don't reach a tipping point without building to it over a long period of time. Being strong is something that I think a lot of women feel that that's a part of themselves that they need to hide. So it's definitely helped me to lean into my own personal strength. What I find with this show is that there are moments where the audience is compelled to react on their own and cheer on their own in a way that I didn't experience in other versions of the show. And that, to me, is really exciting because it means that not only are they here to have a good time, but they're invested in the story that we're telling, and they're invested in these characters. For me, the biggest takeaway from my time here is that you can always be surprised. You haven't seen it all, and that's tremendously exciting and very, very creatively fulfilling.